Okay, students. As I said in the before classes, I said that in the next class I will go through an independent chapters. That things which are not going to depend on your 10th class. That particular things I am going to discuss in this class. Please remember, before starting this class, I am telling this is my last class to the introduction of your first year syllabus, that is 11th standard syllabus. Clear? So after this class there will be a very important session for your mathematics and for your study of mathematics. Clear? Before this class we have studied how to study mathematics, how to think about the mathematics, and how to solve the problems in mathematics. First thing. Next we have discussed unit wise from the 10th standard to 11th standard. Again we have discussed what all topics are going to be continued from the 10th standard to 11th standard, and we also discussed which topics are going to be the same as it is in 10th standard. Clear? So in this class I am going to talk about some important topic, that is about your independent chapters. In that independent chapter you are going to know about limits and derivatives. My dear students, it is a very important topic. Without limits and derivatives your mathematics is nothing. Clear? Because if you want to study 11th standard and 12th, only I am talking about 11th standard and 12th standard. Clear? If you want to get success in 11th standard and 12th standard, please remember algebra part and calculus part. What we call it as an algebra, and we call another unit as an calculus. If you take a nice understanding or a deep understanding of algebra and calculus, you are going to get a success in any exam of mathematics, because 50%, sorry, little bit less, that is 40% algebra part will be there, 40% calculus part will be there. Out of 100, 40% will be algebra, 40% will be calculus, and remaining thing will be just a miscellaneous chapters. Clear? Like statistics, probability, and mathematical reasoning. Clear, students? So if you want to get a success, please make sure that calculus part is going to be a very important topic for you. Clear? So calculus starts with limits and derivatives. Please understand it. If you go to 10th standard also, there is one topic of your calculus, that is sets, relations and functions. Relations and functions will be in 11th standard, but sets you are going to learn in your 10th standard. The same thing you are going to learn in 11th standard, but no worries. Anyways, we are going to teach it again in the first topic, sets, relations and functions. They are the foundation of calculus chapter. And that foundation built with limits and derivatives. That means it continues with limits, calculations of limits and calculation of derivatives. That we call it as differentiation. Clear? So if you know the meaning of limits, if you know the meaning of differentiation, then only you can solve the problems. That is what going to happen in future. Just by writing 10, 20, 30, 40 times, you can write one problem in exam and you can pass. But if you understand, if you get the knowledge of that particular problem, you are going to solve that type of more and more problems in any exam. Just getting through a theory exam or a board exam, that is not sufficient for us in these days. In these days, we need to success in competitive exams, that is like joint entrance exam, that is like National Defense Academy. In that kind of exams, you have to get the success. If you want to get success in that kind of exams, you must understand the topics. You must know the knowledge of that particular concept. Before understanding, before getting the knowledge, don't attempt any type of competitive exams. You are not going to get success. Clear, students? So that calculus part starts with your sets, relations, functions, that continued with limits and derivatives in the first year. Clear? It goes again to the 12th standard in the form of application of derivatives, differential equations, integrations, application of integrations, like that it is going on to be continued. If you don't understand limits and derivatives in the first year or 11th standard, you can't understand anything in the 12th standard. For that reason I am stressing this much on this particular topic, because if you know limits and derivatives in the 11th standard, that is going to be continued in the 2nd or 12th standard, that is again differentiation, continuity and differentiation chapter. If you know limits, you can do continuity. If you know here if you know derivatives, there you can do differentiation. Are you getting my point? In the 11th standard we call it as limits and derivatives. In the 12th standard the same topic continues with continuity and differentiability. That's why I am stressing this much. And in your 12th standard, your 50% of the syllabus is calculus. Are you getting my point? In the 12th standard I am telling, in the 12th standard, 50% of the syllabus is calculus. Clear? Remaining 2 or 3 chapters, that is one is probability, another one is statistics, that go to another one is linear programming problem. That 3 chapters are different. Leaving that 3 chapters, remaining 9 all chapters are going to be from calculus portion. Please understand it. In the 12th standard I am telling. In the 12th standard there are nearly 12 chapters or 13 chapters. In that probability, statistics, linear programming problem. If you leave that, remaining all chapters of your 12th standard is on calculus. And 2 more chapters will come, that is vectors and 3-dimensional geometry. Clear? Vectors, 3-dimensional geometry, probability, statistics and linear programming. 5 chapters. If you leave that 5 chapters, remaining nearly 8 chapters of 12th standard will be from calculus portion. For that the basics are of your 11th standard, that is limits and derivatives. If you don't understand limits and derivatives in the 11th standard, my dear students, you can't understand anything about 8 chapters in your 12th standard. Are you getting my point? This one thing. And another one thing is, if 8 chapters of the 12th standard are calculus, then definitely that 8 chapters are going to be important for your any competitive exam like JEE and NDA. Clear? So for that reason, what I am telling, be a champions of calculus and be a champions of algebra. Clear? Because in algebra also I am telling, of your 11th standard, again probability, statistics, limits, derivatives. If you leave these chapters, remaining all comes under your algebra. Are you getting my point? So, see, nearly 8 chapters or 9 chapters of your 11th standard are algebra. Nearly 7 to 8 chapters of your 12th standard are calculus. The combination of 11th and 12th standard is going to be in your competitive exams like JEE, that is Joint Entrance Exam, or any Karnataka CET exam for your engineering exams. So, my dear students, it is a very basic foundation that if you are good at algebra, if you are good at calculus, you can get through any type of exams where the mathematics is going to come. Clear? So for that reason, in this class I am telling, again in the next class I will start the basics. I will start the basics of your 11th standard. So till now I have discussed all the chapters and their importance in your competitive exams, their importance in your 11th standard, and the importance of topics in the 12th standard. Please make one note. If you want to get good marks, in 12th standard, you have to be good at calculus. If you want to get good marks in the 11th standard, you have to be good at algebra. If you want to get good marks in competitive exam, you have to be good at both algebra and calculus. Clear? Because in JEE exam, 25 questions will be there. Out of 25, nearly 18 questions out of 25. Nearly 18 questions will be from algebra and calculus. I think now you got my idea of preparation. Clear? So in the next class I will start my syllabus with some basics. Let us go through the basics. Clear? So I will start the basics in my next class.